We don't usually get this shot of Lady Liberty.
Yeah.
Get to see all of Liberty Island there. You ever climb up?
I have.
At you?
Yeah.
Great. What a great experience.
I have. I was a freshman at Yale when I came down and did that.
Hayden Sanger leads off in the bottom of the 5th. When I was a kid, they used to let you walk up into the torch. And they closed that off. I don't know if it's ever reopened, but that was spectacular. Sanger hit a comebacker in his first big league at bat of the year. I talked to Hayden about his offensive move forward this year, and he said mostly it's about looking for pitches inside that he can turn on and being a little more selective. It's been a little jumpy, though, in his first 2 at-bats here, which you can expect. Plays off that sinker in. It's 1-2.
Well, he's big enough and strong enough to have some power in his game, certainly.
6 home runs in just 22 games this year. Tyler Holton up in the Detroit bullpen. And a grounder to shortstop, circling in his McGonigal, and he throws him out. 1 away. Carson Benge with your Audi game-changing drive. 10th inning last night.
Well, he found that hole up the middle. Nice to see the young Benge with the walk-off hit, and of course, Ewing scoring the run. Helps you get out of the way of the bath.
Double Gatorade shower. Benge today has reached on there and flied out to left, 0 for 2. Mets have had just 3 hits, but 2 of them have left the yard. Ewing a solo shot in the 3rd, Beatty a 2-run homer in the 4th. And a Benge takes a fastball for a strike, and it's 0-2. Well, you see how he's progressed hitting against fastballs. They were beating him early, less so lately.
Oh, he's tightened up that swing. The swing was extremely long in the first, 10 games.
I wonder how much hitting a home run on opening day had to do with that.
I think it can influence you when you're a young player, right?
Sure.
I mean, it influences veteran players when they hit a home run.
Home runs are intoxicating.
They are intoxicating. That's why I chose not to hit a lot of home runs in my career, Gary. I just knew it was,
Yeah, but once you hit one, you hit another one in your next start.
I had 5 good days of hitting in my career.
So it was really intoxicating.
5 days.
Pulled toward the hole on base hit for Benge. His 6th hit in this series. So the 21-year the rookies have really shined in this series on both sides.
Stays back. We've seen a nice tight swing, the follow through, and hitting a hole. That's something that wasn't happening early in the season.
So 1 out and 1 on. Benge did not try to steal a base in the 1st inning. Bichette at the plate is struck out and flied out. There goes Benge, first pitch. The throw by Rogers to second, close, and he got him. So Benge, who was thrown out at the plate yesterday on a double steal, first time he'd been caught stealing this year, caught now at second, and the Mets are going to challenge the call. Benge did the headset motion, and apparently Harrison Friedland in the replay room agreed.
I think it was kind of a sloppy tag there. I thought he got his right hand in time before this tag, but he should have stayed with him as he came off the bag here, and he never did, although his right foot maintained connection with the bag. See the right hand? I thought it got in there.
I think you're right.
But it was a sloppy slide, and it might have fooled the umpire.
So we have another replay review. Mets have already won a couple of these. One they probably shouldn't have at third base, and then they got the pickoff at first base go their way.
Well, so the right hand gets in, but what's amazing, keep staying with him. Watch the right foot. It just stayed with the bag and laid right across the top of it.
Replaced the hand with the foot.
2026 baseball, you're either touching the top of your head or your 2 ears, one or the other.
The runner's safe. New York
So Benge has his 8th stolen base of the year. He probably would have been pretty good at Twister.
Right.
Holding that hand, which he might have jammed when he hit the bag with it.
One of the few young base runners who doesn't wear the slidings.
So runner in scoring position for Bichette. Benge carrying the go-ahead run in this game. That is the first steal, in fact, the first stolen base attempt against Cater Montero this year.
Sometimes guys that are hard to steal from first base are not as hard to steal from second base. And don't pay as much attention to the runner on second.
0-2 to Bichette with Soto on deck. And Bichette takes a fastball on the outside corner, and he's caught looking for the second out. Second time he's been called out on strikes today. And those are the only 2 strikeouts for Montero.
Yeah, let's watch the right hand. You're always afraid of the thumb because you squash it into that bag. Left hand hit it pretty hard as well.
George Lombard, the bench coach, is going to take the ball from Montero. He's going to bring in the lefty to face Soto. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com. 3-3 in the 5th. We'll be right back. Second appearance in the series for Tyler Holton. Comes in to face Soto with Benge at second and 2 out. Gets that first slider in for a strike.
Holton was so good in game 1. Came in to get Jack Flaherty out of some trouble in the 4th. And then pitched an inning in the 3rd. 4 outs, 3 of them strikeouts.
One of those was Soto, who's 0 for 4 in his career against Holton. And he chops one foul on a sinker. And quickly it's 0-2. Montero pulled after 70 pitches over 4 2/3. 4 hits, 3 runs so far, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 home runs. Mark Vientos would be next. 0-2 to Soto. And one hits one up the middle. That's a base hit. Benge around third. He'll come home with the go-ahead run. Soto with a 2-strike hit to drive in the run that puts the Mets in front. It's 4-3 New York. Well, he's been struggling. It's only his 4th hit with a runner in scoring position this season, but it gives the Mets the lead.
Yeah, we've seen an 0-2 home run in this series by Dingler, and here an 0-2 RBI hit by Soto up the middle. And Benge with 2 outs is going to score pretty easily with the go-ahead run.
So the overturn on the stolen base proves huge, and now Vientos drives one deep left field. Green looks up, and it's out of here. Mark Vientos with a 2-run homer, and the Mets put the hammer down. It's 6-3 New York. Number 6 for Mark Vientos. The Mets strike like lightning with 2 outs in the 5th, and they lead 6-3.
Got to make a quality pitch against Vientos on that first one. He's always ready to be aggressive on that first pitch. And he's been hitting the ball hard for the last 2 weeks. And some tough luck, but certainly not here.
So Vientos with the Mets' 3rd home run in the last 3 innings. And now Tyrone Taylor will bat for MJ Melendez to give them a right-hand batter and his defense, with the Mets having taken the lead here in the 5th.
With Melendez probably making the most important defensive play of the afternoon.
This is outfield assist, only the 3rd outfield assist for the Mets this season, by the way. And interestingly enough, they've all come from part-time players. Austin Slater had one, Jared Young had one, and now MJ Melendez one. 2-0 to Taylor. And he pops one up on the infield. Torkelson shading his eyes, and he's got it to end the inning, but the Mets grab the lead. Soto's RBI hit, Vientos' 2-run homer at 6-3.